Hi everybody, it's Mark, aka the Drunk Bunny, back with you for another new video. Today is going to be my second album review that I've ever posted on my channel. Now, unlike my first one, I do not have a physical copy of the album with me, so I might put a picture of it up there if I do any editing on this. So the album today that I'm looking at is going to be Red Pill Blues by Maroon 5. It's the 6th studio album by the pop band from Los Angeles. And if you're familiar with my channel and my music tastes, you might be rather surprised to see me reviewing a Maroon 5 album. I am very much into punk rock and alternative and lots of hard rock, even some heavy metal. So Maroon 5 is definitely not my normal music taste, but Maroon 5 was actually the first band that I fell in love with. That I started listening to their I started listening to them my freshman year of high school, and I got into them when their song Misery came out on the radio, and then I started listening to their back catalog. And Songs About Jane, their first album, became my favorite album of all time. Now, that has been since dethroned, but I still would put that in my top 10 favorite albums of all time. Early Maroon 5 is really good. The stuff they make now is clearly just designed for the radio. Like, there's not a whole lot there in terms of substance, but I always follow Maroon 5, and I will probably always listen to them. Even though their music is not as good as it used to be. But I wanted to give my thoughts on this album because I will be picking it up. I have a copy coming in the mail. Anyway, let's get to the review of this. I am going to go track by track, which is what I did with my last one. I thought that worked well, so I'm going to do it this time. Track number 1 is called Best For You. And this is definitely one of my favorite tracks on the album. It sounds the most like a classic Maroon 5 sound. It's super poppy, but you can actually hear instruments, which is good. Yeah, it sounds classic Maroon 5. It's catchy. That's the main thing I'm going to be saying about these songs. They're catchy. That's what pop music is. Nothing amazing about them. Lyrics I thought were okay for this song. Some of the tracks I feel like the lyrics were not very good. But this one was good. Then we come to probably my favorite track on the album. It's the one that pretty much everybody has heard, called What Lovers Do, featuring SZA. Another thing, real quick, that I do not like about this album, there are 6 songs where there's featuring somebody else. Like, make a Maroon 5 album. Why do we have to have all of these artists on all these different songs? And some of them are quite pointless, to be honest. The extra artists may come in for a verse at the most, and then they're done. It honestly feels kind of pointless. But anyway, What Lovers Do is probably my favorite song on the album. It's the most popular so far. The only single that's on the official release of the album. It's super catchy as well. Again, you can hear some instruments on this one. It's very funky. So yeah, it's extremely catchy. I love that song. Then we have track number 3, which is called Wait. That is a much slower song. When I first heard this song, I did not like it. The more I've listened to it, it's kind of growing on me a little bit. But I wouldn't say that's near my favorite, or anywhere near my favorite. Then moving on, we have track number 4, which is called Lips on You. This one was co-written by Charlie Puth, who I do actually like some of his music. I don't like pop music in general, but there are a few pop artists that I still listen to and that I do like. This song was weird the first time I heard it. I was not expecting something like this. It's very slow. It's a very atmospheric track, I feel. It really puts you in the environment, and it'd be an excellent song to put on your playlist for when you're with a lady friend or a boyfriend or whatever you're into. Anyway, you know what I mean. I don't know what I'm saying, but Yeah, obviously, like the title suggests, it's one that would be good for, you know what I'm, you know what I mean. And then we have track number 5, which is called Bet My Heart, and this is my least favorite on the entire album. It feels pointless. Like, it's almost in between being a ballad and a you know, regular Maroon 5 song. The lyrics I don't really like. I just don't like this song in general. I've been skipping it so far when I've been listening to the album. I listened to it once. I actually just listened to it twice. This was my second time listening to it, and I don't see a point in this song. It feels like one that they could have put on the deluxe version as opposed to the actual album. Then we get to song number 6, which is called Help Me Out, featuring Julia Michaels. I didn't know anything about Julia Michaels before I saw her on the Maroon 5 album. I hated this song when I first listened to it. It sounds weird. The only thing I did love, from the beginning, I have loved the beginning of this song. Like, the first 30 seconds, I really like the beat and the way Adam is singing. And the lyrics at the beginning. Towards the middle and the end of this song, it just felt weird to me. I don't know how to describe it. It's a strange beat. And I don't know, I still don't love the song, but I like it. It's one that I can listen to now. If I'm not, I feel like I'm not saying a whole lot about a lot of these songs. It's because it's just pop music. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's just pop, straight up pop. With something like punk or alternative, I feel like I can describe it better. But this, I don't know. And then we have song number 8, which is called Whiskey, featuring A$AP Rocky, another slow track. And I really do like this one. I feel like this is maybe one of the most creative lyrics on the album. And I think the slow ballad thing works really well with this song. I really like the keyboards on this one as well. Then we have number 9, which is Girls Like You. Oh, I skipped one. Sorry. I skipped number 7, which is actually my second favorite on the whole album, which is called Who I Am, and that's featuring Lunch Money Lewis. Again, all these featuring, I don't like that. But I really love this song. It is super catchy. The chorus especially, for Who I Am. Again, I think that's my second favorite song. Reminds me a little bit of, like, Hands All Over, Overexposed a little bit. Yeah, that's my second favorite behind What Lovers Do. Okay, so now we go on to 9, which is Girls Like You. Another song I liked quite a bit. It's, you know, more upbeat than some of the other ones on this album. I feel like my least favorites are the ones that are slower. Whiskey being the exception, but, like, Wait I didn't really like too well. Bet My Heart I didn't like. So yeah, I feel like the ones that are a little bit more upbeat are more my style. They did say this album is kind of R&B inspired, and you can tell, especially with all the hip-hop artists that are on the featured on the album. And then number 10, track number 10, which is the end of the standard edition, is called Closure. This is the weirdest Maroon 5 song I have ever heard. I have listened to everything they've ever written, pretty much. 11 minutes. This song runs for 11 minutes. Who in the hell was sitting in the studio thinking we need an 11-minute Maroon 5 song? It doesn't make any sense. The first 4 to 5 minutes of this song is perfect. But then it drags on for no apparent reason. It's basically like it's supposed to be like a jam session thing. It sounds like they're playing the same melody over and over and over again for 6 minutes at the end of this album. It sounds completely pointless. I don't know why they did it. If they would have cut this song at like 5 minutes, it would have been a great Maroon 5 song, because it sounds the most, Maroon 5 sounds the most like a band in this song that they've sounded in like 5 years. They don't sound like a band anymore. They sound like Adam Levine with a producer. But If they would have cut this song at 5 minutes, it probably would have been the best Maroon 5 song released this decade. I really do like the first 5 minutes of the song when they're actually singing. About the 4-minute mark, Adam stops singing. He doesn't sing another line the rest of the song. It's 11.5 minutes. Way too long. Way too long. Like I said, I'll probably listen to the first 5 minutes and then skip the rest of it from now on, because I loved the first 5 minutes. Maybe if it's something in the background, I could play it in the background, you know, if I'm having a get-together or something, if I'm hanging out with people. But if I'm actually going to sit through and listen to it, I'll probably cut at like the 5-minute mark. And then song number 11, another one of my favorites. This is on the deluxe version, so the rest of the songs are on the deluxe. They're not on the standard. But 11 is one of the best songs. I don't know why it didn't get put on the standard. It's called Denim Jacket. Definitely a classic Maroon 5 sound on this. Like I said, on the whole, this album is not great, but there are a few moments that I really do enjoy, and I have a feeling I'll probably just be picking out some of the songs that I enjoy, put them on a playlist, and then not really listen to the full album again. But yeah, Denim Jacket's definitely one of the good ones. Then there's Visions, which I thought was okay. Nothing to write home about. Same thing for Plastic Rose. And then last two tracks on the deluxe version are Don't Wanna Know and Cold, which are the two singles they released in the last year before they released this album. So that's it. So my thoughts on the album as a whole, like I said, I liked parts of it. Other parts I hated. There are lots of decisions that don't make any sense for this album. Another thing that doesn't make any sense, they added a 7th member. If you've been following Maroon 5, you know, they barely sound like a band at all anymore. Why do they need a 7th member? It's getting ridiculous at this point. You can barely hear the guitars at all anymore with their music. But, you know, I've kind of made peace with the fact that Maroon 5, assuming pop trends don't change, Maroon 5 will never make an album like Songs About Jane again. And I've accepted that. This is far from their best, but you know what? I think it is actually a little bit better than 5, and it's definitely better than Overexposed, in my opinion. I hated Overexposed. So yeah, I would give it a 3 out of 5. It's not awful, but it's definitely nothing to write home about, like I said. There are some songs that I really do like, and some songs that will stick around on my Spotify for a while when I'm interested in listening to some pop music, which isn't all that often. But, yeah, again, Maroon 5. It's about what you'd expect from a Maroon 5 album nowadays. Another thing that's really stupid, the album cover, like Red Pill Blues, it doesn't make any sense. It's not relating to anything in the album. Nothing in the lyrics relates to the idea of taking the red pill, you know, like in The Matrix. There is nothing in the lyrics of this record that pertains to that. But what's even dumber, I could deal with that as the album title. What's even dumber is the cover art for this album, which I'm hopefully going to put up there. Yeah. Weird. Very weird. Looks like they threw it together in like 2 seconds. I could throw together a better album cover than that. Anyway. Enough of that. I did give it a decent rating, 3 out of 5. It was a decent album, so I am going to do a CD update next. That will be coming soon once I get the Maroon 5 album in, because I want to put that one in my update. It's all going to be CDs because every vinyl record I have gotten in like the past couple months I have shown off in a separate video, so that's not going to be in my update. It's just going to be the CDs that I've picked up. I think I've got like 6, so that should be my next video. And I might have a surprise video coming soon, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like down below. Also, hit that subscribe button down below to stay tuned for more new videos. I've gotten a couple new subscribers recently, and I've gotten some really nice comments, so leave your comments down below on what you thought. I really love reading comments, and it makes me feel pretty good to know that people enjoy watching my videos. So, thank you very much for watching, and have an awesome day. Bye.